Anxiety is a natural human response to stress or perceived danger. In small amounts, it can actually be helpful, keeping us alert, focused, and prepared. However, when anxiety becomes persistent, overwhelming, or disproportionate to the situation, it can interfere with daily life and develop into an anxiety disorder. Understanding anxiety, especially its early stages, is essential for recognizing when it shifts from normal worry to something that may require attention and support. In its earliest stage, anxiety often appears subtly. A person might begin to feel more worried than usual about everyday situations, work, relationships, health, or finances. These worries may feel harder to control and may linger longer than expected. There is often a sense of unease or nervousness that doesn't seem to have a clear cause. At this stage, many people dismiss these feelings as temporary stress, especially if they are going through a busy or challenging period. Physical symptoms are often one of the first noticeable signs of anxiety. These can include a racing heart, muscle tension, restlessness, sweating, or shallow breathing. Some people may experience headaches, stomach discomfort, or fatigue. Sleep can also be affected, with difficulty falling asleep or waking up frequently during the night. These symptoms may come and go, making them easy to ignore, but they are important signals from the body that something is out of balance. As anxiety progresses into a more noticeable stage, the symptoms become more frequent and harder to manage. Worry may turn into constant overthinking, where the mind repeatedly cycles through what-if scenarios. Concentration becomes more difficult, and decision-making may feel overwhelming. A person may start to avoid certain situations or activities that trigger their anxiety, such as social gatherings, public speaking, or even leaving the house. Emotional symptoms also intensify during this stage. Irritability, frustration, and a sense of being on edge are common. Small problems may feel much bigger than they actually are. There may also be a growing sense of losing control, which can increase fear and reinforce anxious thoughts. This stage can significantly impact daily functioning, relationships, and overall quality of life. In more advanced stages, anxiety can become debilitating. Panic attacks may occur, which are sudden episodes of intense fear accompanied by strong physical symptoms such as chest pain, dizziness, shortness of breath, or a feeling of impending doom. These episodes can be frightening and may lead a person to believe they are experiencing a medical emergency. At this stage, avoidance behaviors often increase. A person might begin to structure their life around avoiding anything that could trigger anxiety. This can lead to social isolation, missed opportunities, and a reduced sense of independence. In some cases, anxiety can coexist with other mental health conditions, such as depression, further complicating the experience. It is important to understand that anxiety does not always follow a clear or linear progression. Some people may experience intense symptoms suddenly, while others may notice a gradual increase over time. Recognizing the stages is not about labeling, but about becoming aware of patterns and changes in thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. One of the challenges with anxiety is that it can feel very real and convincing. The thoughts associated with anxiety often focus on worst-case scenarios, making it difficult to separate perceived threats from actual ones. This can lead to a cycle where anxious thoughts create physical symptoms, which then reinforce the anxiety even further. Recognizing the early signs of anxiety is key to managing it effectively. If you notice persistent worry, physical tension, or changes in sleep and concentration that last for more than a couple of weeks, it may be time to pay closer attention. Early intervention can prevent anxiety from becoming more severe and harder to manage. Seeking help is an important step in dealing with anxiety. Many people hesitate to reach out because they feel embarrassed, think their anxiety is not serious enough, or believe they should be able to cope on their own. However, anxiety is a common and treatable condition, and seeking support can make a significant difference. Talking to someone you trust is often a good starting point. Sharing your thoughts and feelings with a friend, family member, or mentor can provide relief and help you feel understood. Sometimes, simply putting your worries into words can reduce their intensity. Professional support is also highly beneficial. A general practitioner, psychologist, or psychiatrist can help assess your symptoms and recommend appropriate treatment options. Therapy, particularly cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is widely used to treat anxiety. It focuses on identifying and changing negative thought patterns and developing healthier coping strategies. In some cases, medication may be recommended to help manage symptoms, especially if anxiety is severe or persistent. This decision is usually made in consultation with a healthcare professional, based on individual needs and circumstances. There are also practical strategies that can help manage anxiety in its early stages. Regular physical activity is one of the most effective ways to reduce stress and improve mood. Exercise helps release tension and promotes the production of endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. Breathing techniques can be especially helpful in calming the nervous system. Slow, deep breathing can reduce the physical symptoms of anxiety and bring a sense of control during stressful moments. Mindfulness and meditation practices can also help by encouraging awareness of the present moment, rather than getting caught up in anxious thoughts about the future. Establishing a routine can provide structure and stability, which can be comforting when anxiety feels overwhelming. Prioritizing sleep, maintaining a balanced diet, and limiting caffeine and alcohol intake can also have a positive impact on mental health. Reducing avoidance behaviors is another important step. While it may feel easier to avoid situations that trigger anxiety, gradual exposure can help build confidence and reduce fear over time. This process is often more effective when guided by a therapist. For those supporting someone with anxiety, patience and understanding are essential. It is important to listen without judgment and avoid minimizing their experience. Encouraging them to seek help and offering support can make a meaningful difference. Anxiety is a challenging condition, but it is also highly manageable with the right tools and support. Many people learn to cope effectively and lead fulfilling lives. The key is to recognize the signs early, take them seriously, and seek help when needed. If you or someone you know is experiencing anxiety, remember that you are not alone. Reaching out for help is a strong and positive step toward feeling better. With the right support, it is possible to regain a sense of calm, control, and confidence in daily life.